right, welcome to another episode of ZnD Geekdom. Completely sober this episode because it's earlier in the day.
Very early.
Yeah, so kind of weird for us, but either way, ZnD's Geekdom. I'm your boys D.
I'm Z. 11:30.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, big top stories we got coming to you. Dark Knight Rises rumors. Got some interesting perspective on that. Skyrim patch 1.2. How hilarious can one thing be?
Shit's crazy.
And then, of course, we also have Akira. God, oh God. I can't wait to get into that one. So, let's start off with our first... Let's hit it off. Z, what's up?
Alright, Dark Knight Rises. All sorts of stuff is going on there. First off, we have a possible prologue coming to you from Blaster.com. I haven't read this. D hasn't read this. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it. We're going to read it, and we'll see what it says. Alright. According to TotalFilm.com, the prologue for Dark Knight Rises starts out, Bane and his mercenaries hijack a military plane transporting a dictator of a country which is in unrest. Think Saddam Hussein type figure. Yeah, okay, unrest. Yeah, right. He successfully kills the leader but makes some mistakes along the way and is unable to safely land the plane. Sounds like trouble. Because of the resulting injuries from the accident, he has to undergo complicated surgeries, and that is how he winds up with that scar down his neck and the need for the mask to numb the pain. Source also reveals that the source also reveals that Bane's origins, he's raised by Ra's al Ghul, Bruce Wayne's old mentor, as everybody on the planet knows by now, and his upbringing mirrors that of Bruce Wayne's. In a mirror of Bruce, except it's darker and twisted. Bane is trained to be an assassin for the League of Shadows. He kills political figures that are deemed unfit by the LOS, so he's a bit of a Che Guerrero, Jason Bourne type character. That is not what Bane is.
Well, I mean, but to fit into the movie version of Dark Knight.
No, I get it.
So he's like the anti-Batman.
Yeah.
But basically, they already have a character who's the anti-Batman, who's basically Prometheus. Look it up. Look it up in Wikipedia, people. He's a villain.
Well, okay. I really like Bane. I really like the storyline with Bane, especially when he first comes up on the scene in Nightfall. Nightfall is one of my favorite Batman storylines, especially in the 90s. There's all sorts of cool stuff going on there then. But, I mean, I understand Chris Nolan's got to get him to that situation somehow, and you can't do it with Nightfall.
Well, no. But I like the idea, because, I mean, now I'm thinking about it, when you talk about Nightfall, I mean, he was the anti-Batman. He was the first original anti-Batman. Yeah. He was everything Batman was, but decided not to be. He was, because in the original comic, wasn't he like, he was raised in a prison?
Yeah, he raised in the prison, comes out, gets all pissed off, he wants to kill Batman, but it's not like the Schumacher version of Bane where he's all jacked up on Venom, and he's basically Uma Thurman's bitch. He's smart, he's intelligent, he's European. It's a cool character. I think they did a really good job of bringing him out.
Oh yeah, because he did. He had the looks. He had the same good, well trained guy, very articulate, very smart guy, just as smart as Batman, and that's why he was able to get to the point in Nightfall where he literally broke Batman.
He broke his back, sending Bruce Wayne into shambles, and then all sorts of cool stuff. But something interesting that has been brought up, not very very recently, but back in October when Arkham City originally came out. It was said that Arkham City kind of is bringing Batman back to what Batman is, as opposed to the gritty, realistic version of Chris Nolan. And I think Nolan's done a great job with Batman, turning it from Batman, of the late 90s, early 2000s to Batman that could actually work. But I tend to agree with a lot of people that think that Batman is the Arkham City version of Batman is the true Batman. I mean, because you got Bane there. You have Bane. He's the comic book character. You got Poison Ivy. You got Azrael. You got Robin. You got Nightwing. You got everybody's in that game. And I think it did a really good job saying, hey, Chris Nolan's Batman is really cool. This isn't fucking Chris Nolan's Batman.
Well, and I think they needed to differentiate themselves from that, and I think that was a good idea because you have like, to me, it's the Batman that I've seen in Arkham City. I haven't played it yet, but the Batman I see, it reminds me of the actual Batman that you'd see in the comics, not before the whole fucking reboot shit.
Exactly.
But the Batman that we knew that he was, still dark and gritty, but he was still a detective, and he still had a lot of resources and a lot of people that worked with him. I think Nolan's Batman is the idea of if a Batman can actually act, if someone wanted to go be fucking Batman,
yeah,
this is how it would work out.
Well, it seems like it's taking Batman, a character, and Batman, the entire world of Batman, and like, how do I justify this for reality?
Which works. Works for me.
Yeah.
I think that works for that. I think that works for what they're doing in that movie setting, kind of like how Marvel does it in a way that it's, what would superheroes be like in the real world, but you still have that mixture of the fantastical in the sense, if you have fucking Thor and fucking Captain America with his fucking shield and the super soldier serum. So I think they're doing a good job.
I think Marvel's going a completely different direction DC is, for sure.
Well, DC, the only thing, but then
I guess we'll see with Superman.
Well, yeah. Well,
how are you gonna make that gritty and realistic?
Well, I don't think they're gonna make it gritty, but I think it's gonna give the same thing. I think they need to show show Superman as Superman. Like, hey, this guy, it's amazing to be Superman. Look what it's Superman. But also to give him a real challenge. I'm sorry, there's only so many times you can fight Lex Luthor and it'd be a challenge. Now, granted, in the comics, they somehow make it work.
I don't think Luthor is actually in the new.
No, he's not. I don't think he comes.
Zod.
Yeah, it's
Michael Shannon.
Yeah. So, and I think if there's no way to do it, I don't know. Would you do it on film where you make it feel like Lex Luthor's a threat to fucking Superman is kind of. I don't know. I think, having Zod in there, I think that was kind of smart. I mean, go back to the stuff,
See, I still want to see a Doomsday movie.
Well,
okay. All right. Make a 3-movie arc of the death of Superman from the early 90s comics. Okay. Everybody knows who Superman is. You don't need to do a Superman origin story, okay?
Well,
we know.
But are they doing a Superman origin story, or are they...
I don't know.
No, well, it's supposed to be like, in a sense of... Because they take from the what is it? The one comic.
Well, I guess it has to be because they got Russell Crowe.
Yeah, so maybe a blending of both. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's their way of kind of saying, "Hey, this is Superman," as opposed to going, "Hey, you're Superman. Go with it." I mean, granted, they didn't give him a kid. Thank God for that. But
do the death of Superman. Do Doomsday. Get everybody involved.
They already have Doomsday. He was in Smallville.
And who watches Smallville?
I don't know. Quite a few people.
What's that? Crickets over there? Shit got canceled. So
no, they just ran its course.
Yeah. All right. Just
after what?
Just
11 seasons?
Just like the Cape ran its course.
Oh god. The sad thing is, like, the Cape, as much as bad as it sounds, it's one of those shows. It worked well on paper. Even the first episode.
It's a superhero movie, but they didn't want to pay DC or Marvel to use one, so they made one up.
Well, but,
that's what it was.
Well, yes, I know.
People saw through the bullshit.
Well, but I think even the first episode, I saw the potential, but yeah, we won't go into that. The Cape. Anyway, what else do we got on deck?
Well, other Dark Knight Rises in news. Ellen Page, not confirmed, but heavily rumored to be playing Barbara Gordon, a.k.a. Batgirl, a.k.a. Oracle. I don't like the idea of Batgirl being in the movie. I don't think Chris Nolan likes the idea of Batgirl being in the movie. I don't think anybody likes the idea, but I do like the idea of Oracle being in the movie.
Well, maybe Oracle, or maybe...
I think Oracle could work with Chris Nolan.
Yeah, Oracle Batman. More so than, Batgirl. Because we saw last time they tried to throw Batgirl and
Silverstone, big ups. She alive, or...?
Yeah, she just had a kid.
She probably had a kid.
Oh, she just had a kid?
Of course she had a kid.
Oh, but,
Your acting career's over, honey.
No, she still shows up on stuff. I saw her on something.
Like...
I don't know how to Wikipedia real quick. But anyway, she just recently was on something.
She was in the background in, Felicia Day's web series. I don't know. I think she was just getting a burrito, though. I don't think it was actually on purpose.
Oh, God.
Like I said, Oracle, that would be fantastic. I trust in Chris Nolan. I don't think he's not going to go too far over the edge with the fantastic.
No, I think he's... Well, and the funny thing is, I like how... Because from everything I understand about The Dark Knight Rises, it takes place 7 to 8 years later.
Yeah.
So there hasn't been a Batman around for a while, so it's kind of...
Yeah, it's definitely not a direct, and then he's running away from the dogs, and then this... No. He got away from the dogs.
Well, and then on top of that, also kind of reminds me, Dark Knight Returns a little bit. Little Dark Knight Returns in there.
And it's funny, Chris Nolan's whole series, you look at Batman Begins, you're like, oh, what up, year one? You know, there's all sorts of, you know, you look at the second one, The Dark Knight, you know, it reminds you of a lot of other Batman stuff, but they admittedly borrow a lot from the comic books, but they kind of made their own, and I think they did a good job in using the source material in a creative, cool way, as opposed to shittily ripping it off. So no, I think it'll work really well. But enough about The Dark Knight. Other movie news: Andy Serkis. I think it's Serkis. It's Serkis, which is circus spelled wrong. He's the actor that did all the motion capture for Caesar in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
A surprise hit in the summer for some god-awful reason.
It was really good.
Did you see it?
I did.
Shut up.
And I was like, oh, fuck this movie. And then I got there and I was like, holy shit, this is actually really good. And, I mean, the last time we saw Planet of the Apes, it was Marky Mark, you know, feel it, doing his thing. And that didn't work out very well, you know.
So it actually turned out to be a really good movie.
It was a really good movie.
Well, see, and the thing
it was an embarrassing... I was embarrassed. I was like, I feel like a jerk.
For making fun of this movie?
Yeah, I was like, fuck that movie. Then I got there, I was like, oh no, it's good. But the studio is actually said they're going to push for the Oscar nomination for maybe Best Supporting Actor. Are you in favor of this move?
I think it'll set a precedence, but I think it has to be... I don't know. Yeah, I am, because for one, he's a phenomenal actor. Let's not get it. The guy can. Granted, they do use the CGI to kind of and the makeup and everything to kind of. But I mean, it's no different than, you know, someone throwing on a fucking werewolf suit, Benicio del Toro, and trying to run around. But I'm just saying, in the same sense, I think because he's such a he makes it an actual character, and I think that's the difference between, you know, someone doing a voice. Not to say voiceovers, you can't do that way. You can't. But I think once you combine the physicality and with the CGI and the makeup and just his acting ability, I think it sells.
I think there's not a whole lot of other situations to compare it to.
Yeah.
I think the best comparison I can think of is the creepy little bastard who plays Smeagol in Lord of the Rings, because his face was so much more.
Okay, you know it's the same guy, right?
Is it the same guy?
You didn't know that?
No.
That is the same guy. Yes.
I should look at the pictures. I know him if I saw him.
Yeah. No, so he played, because there was an argument because when they were doing nominations, people wanted him nominated at that time, and and the Academy said no, we're not, because it's not the same thing. But now I think because he is, I guess say a pioneer in this field now doing this, I think it's
sure.
You know.
Well, this situation kind of reminds me of I think it was 3 or 4 years ago now. God, I can't remember what year it was, but it was the year WALL-E came out. Mm-hmm. And I saw WALL-E, and I thought to myself, this is the best film I've seen all year.
Yeah, I remember. Same year, I've seen WALL-E.
And it winning the best animated film to me is a fucking cop-out. That should have won the best film of the year. And at that point, to my knowledge, there's never been an animated film that even got nominated. But last year, I think Up got nominated
for Best Picture.
For Best Picture,
yeah.
It didn't win, obviously, and now there's 30 films
nominated. Didn't Beauty and the
Beast
Beast get nominated?
I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that's a fact.
Yeah, no, but I know what you're saying.
But to my knowledge, I will have to double check the fact on that. But to me, the fact that it didn't even get thrown in the Best Picture is fucking bullshit. Because that.
But I think I like the idea that the Academy's opened up. Mm-hmm. It's just so more films, because I mean, granted, it was
they let more people in, so now they can let piece of shit.
Ones that, I mean...
Okay, didn't Star Trek get nominated for the Best Picture? Don't get me wrong, I love Star Trek, obviously, but...
No, but I think it was the whole Dark Knight phenomenon, because you had, like, the biggest picture of the year. That year Dark Knight came out, remember? It was, like, the biggest picture of the year, the biggest grossing movie of the year, and it had the best cast and the greatest acting, and it was not nominated, and people were blown away.
Well, fucking Slumdog Millionaire or some shit won that year.
Well,
not a bad film.
It was a good film.
Doesn't even touch the Dark Knight.
No, but I think if it had gone up against Dark Knight, it would have lost. But, I mean...
Well, and, that's one of those, like, odds that Heath Ledger won the Oscar if he died or not,
Yeah. Well, honestly, anybody that did not see Dark Knight, and just forget that Heath Ledger died, not, like, if you watch it and you don't even know that he died, it's still a great performance. It's a fun... it showed the potential he's always had as an actor. He wasn't just a pretty boy. He's a guy that went in there and did a great job.
Aziz Ansari sums it up the best, gonna clap if you've never seen The Dark Knight, and then one person claps and he goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
So, other movie news: Men in Black 3 posters are starting to show up. As a people, let's agree we don't give a shit. For once in his life, let's tell Will Smith that no, we were not going to give you $500 million.
But like we talked about in the last couple shows, it's not going to be the American market that's going to damage, just knock it out. It's going to be the foreign market, because no offense to people in other countries, but you will see any shit that people throw out. I mean, you guys made Transformers one of the highest grossing movies of... Well, no, Transformers 2, one of the highest grossing movies of all time.
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Yeah, Mr. Popper's Penguins, yet again a movie we made fun of that evidently made well over $100 million worldwide. I mean, that's a guaranteed hit in Hollywood's pocket. And that's
grossed over $1 billion because of you bastards.
Yes, because of people in fucking Russia who would wait in line, like they wait in line for bread, to fucking watch fucking...
Peaceland bread, right, Lennon? How'd that work out for you?
It's just one of those things. It's just like, it blows me away. But I mean, granted, those are things that, as much as we make fun of it, it's those things that keep the movie industry, that allow smaller films to get made. Because I remember a director said, you gotta have, the flashy movie, because if they get...
Terry Gilliam.
Yeah.
He came out and said a lot of interesting things this week. Regarding big pictures, he's trying to get his movie made. He's been trying to get his movie made for 10 years, and he fuck you guys for watching Transformers. You're the reason why we can't get quality movie made. And Terry Gilliam, if you don't know, fantastic director.
Oh God,
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, 12 Monkeys,
Brazil,
The Imaginatorium, Dr. Parnassus. I mean, I can go on.
Yeah, this guy, he has influenced so many filmmakers. It's ridiculous.
He's an original member of Monty Python.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy, he's got the chops. That's not the issue. Just the shitty fact is that motherfucker can't make a movie, but Michael Bay can make a Transformers 3 without Megan Fox, and people still go see it.
Yeah, God. And do we even know who the girl was in the movie?
Some random model from
Hot Chick,
Victoria's Secret. But anyway, enough of that. Go Terry Gilliam. Fuck you, Michael Bay. That's it for movie news. We're going to go ahead and go on into Dee's Weekly Rant.
Dee's Weekly Rant today will be the ongoing phenomenon of the Akira movie. Evidently, Garrett Hedlund, star of Tron, has signed on to play Kaneda. What's the Twilight bitch's name? She's on it too.
Kirsten Stewart.
Kirsten Stewart or whatever. And then Ken Watanabe, who's a really great actor that I love, is signed on. But evidently, I guess they're deviating a little bit, where evidently everyone in the movie has Japanese names, but they're all white except for Ken Watanabe. And Kaneda, the main guy, is no longer a leader of a bike gang. He's the leader. He's not a leader of anything. He just runs a bar and hooks up with some underground, and it goes into the whole Akira thing. So, I don't know. My big thing about it is, like, yes, one, I'm really kind of against that they're doing an Akira movie, just because it's such a huge story. And even when you saw if the people that are fans of the Akira anime movie, which was still a great movie, it still didn't get all into the story, but it still did a great job of capturing the idea of what was going on. A movie set in Neo, New York, as opposed to Neo, Tokyo, still... Yeah, I know.
That's just one spelled wrong.
Yeah. Yes. But it's just...
I figured the Matrix out.
But, yeah, there's a couple other things. The guy that's behind this is also the guy behind, the old... his remake of Old Boy, which God only knows how that's going to be. Evidently,
not Spike Lee, his producer.
Yeah, his producer.
Just to clarify.
Yeah, and he was also the guy who was trying to originally get Battle Royale made in the States, remade in the States, which, if anyone knows, Battle Royale, another huge thing in Japan, basically about a bunch of high school kids who get thrown on an island and get told to kill each other and survive, which, i.e., got shot down because Hunger Games, evidently Hunger Games is a huge thing. Haven't read the books.
I haven't either.
And the people that work around me...
Apparently it's a sci-fi thing. I didn't know it was a sci-fi.
Yeah, Hunger Games sci-fi thing set in a dystopian future where kids have to fight to survive and win something called the Hunger Games.
Oh. I thought it was like a Russian thing.
Oh my God.
Well, there's like a Russian thing on the front in Hunger Games. Like, oh yeah, their economy sucks.
Well, yeah, it's a huge thing. Evidently the books are really good. People around me at work are always talking about them. I haven't read them yet. Maybe I'll need to sit down and do it, but... Yet again, I don't know. Going back to Akira, remakes, I don't know. It's something weird when Hollywood gets a hold of something like, oh, this will work over here. But Funny thing is, on Netflix, and we'll go into the next subject after this. Netflix has a movie called What a Woman Wants, and anyone remembers that's a movie with fucking.
Wait, What Women Want?
What Women Want, yeah.
Yeah, that's our buddy Mel.
Well, evidently there's a Korean version of it or a Chinese version of it. Oh, I kid you not!
Does he still listen to Frank Sinatra?
I don't know.
I won't dance. Don't ask me.
I will watch it and let you know if it's even better than the Mel Gibson one.
That was like the last movie I liked Mel Gibson in before I found out he was a racist, like, wife-beating piece of shit. But it was good.
But he's a pretty good filmmaker. I'll give him that.
Yeah, I don't know. And Helen Hunt's a great actress. Moving on.
Helen Hunt. I like her.
Yeah, she was awesome in Twister. Moving on. Video game news. Skyrim has released its patch 1.2. And it's causing more havoc than anything, apparently. There are videos online. I mean, you guys all have access. It's kind of funny. The dragons are flying backwards on the PS3. All sorts of other issues going on. I feel like we're really overstating these things because the game itself is so fucking cool.
Well, yeah.
There's such little problems.
And I mean, I've run into little problems before. Like, I'm not going to lie. My game is... I don't know. Has your game frozen up a couple times?
Yes.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah, I think
when I was in the middle of like a battle where I had to fight 3 guys, I killed 2 of them. I was like halfway done with the 3rd guy and it froze. I was like,
yeah. See, mine isn't frozen in battles. Mine's frozen like on the load screens a couple times.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's to be expected for a game that's that fucking huge.
Yeah.
That much content.
It's forgivable.
Yeah, it's forgivable. It's not like I don't know. It's not like we're playing fucking Devil May Cry and it freezes up on me. I'm not freaking out. It's a huge game, and then trying to patch a game in a short amount of time, knowing that people want to patch.
Yeah, especially Thanksgiving week.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure those guys are working overtime. They probably earned every dollar. They probably fixed some stuff. Some stuff's going to get left out. I'm pretty sure we'll see tons of patches, just like we'll see, from what I heard, rumor-wise, downloadable content coming early next year, which God only knows how you could do that, because I don't even think I'm like 20% into the game.
I don't even want to look.
Yeah, I just know that it's huge and I can do almost anything and piss people off and.
Well, yeah. I mean, the cool thing, and I kind of talked about this on the website about Skyrim and how you can invest so much in a certain thing and then you realize like, wait, there's like 90 other things I want to invest in. I mean, the coolest thing about that game is there's no wrong way to play. There's no wrong way to invest. Since writing that little article, my smithing has gone from like a level 18 to a level 78.
So yeah,
but, it's where you spend your time and how you spend it. But I mean, there's no wrong way. Little bugs are gonna happen. If it really, really bothers you, feel free. You can opt to ignore and not download the 1.2 patch. The only thing that's going to do is disallow you from being on the PSN or the Xbox Live. So it's kind of a big deal, but we also know they're working on it. They'll fix it.
Well, yeah, they're a company that they pride themselves on, trying to give the best product, and they have. I think to me right now, when we hit the end of the year, I still call it my number 1 game of the year.
Absolutely.
Number 1. So.
Other video game news. Black Friday. Apparently, some guy got punched in the face.
Well, yeah, no, okay, so story is in Chicago, at a Walmart, ironically of all places.
A Chicago Walmart.
A Chicago Walmart, yeah.
Sounds like the 7th layer of hell.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, a kid, I knew about this ironically too, because my wife went to the Black Friday night sale there at Walmart, and they had Batman Arkham City on sale for like $28.
It's not a bad deal.
Yeah, no, it's pretty, pretty good deal, but she couldn't get a copy because they were all gone by the time she got there. Well, anyway, in Chicago, long story short, 13-year-old kid, he's 13, was there in a line with a bunch of other people. There was a guy at the head of the line, told him, hey, if anyone tries to get the game I'm going to punch you guys in the face. And no one takes this crazy guy seriously. They all go in, open the store, go in. Kid goes to reach for the game and gets punched in the face.
How old is this guy?
He's an adult.
He's an adult.
So at least over 18.
So there's an adult male.
Who punched a 13-year-old kid. And I don't care if the kid's like 13 years old, he's 5'11". He's still a 13-year-old kid in the face because the kid was trying to reach for a video game, and evidently they didn't catch the adult because he punched the kid and then ran off.
Kid probably got counted. He warned him.
He warned everybody in line, but how was he? And they didn't want to say which Batman game it was, but everyone knows it was Arkham City. So
what other Batman game could it possibly be?
I don't know.
Batman Forever on the SNES. That game's not worth getting punched in the face over.
And he punched him because he was gonna grab him. He's like, "You don't want that game." But yeah, it's just kind of sad.
It's a bad game, he was just reaching for it. And
yeah,
his face happened to be in the way.
Well, just I don't know, consumerism at its best. Evidently, though, I guess this Black Friday was the biggest Black Friday that's ever been in a long time for retail. So
good.
And guess who won out on that one? Evidently, Best Buy did.
Well, a $200 42-inch TV will do it.
Yeah.
And I hate saying good things about Best Buy, especially when I'm being recorded. But that's pretty fucking cool. I'm pissed they didn't have it online because my lazy ass is not gonna get up and go sit there. Sorry. Other video game news. There was a rumor going around that Dead Space, the franchise, is in development for a first-person shooter version as opposed to the third-person they got going on. I hate it. I hate that idea. Absolutely hate it.
Well, they're gonna go with the money. But the only thing is, I don't know how you can make Dead Space a first-person shooter. It's a third-party game. It's amazing.
Yeah, but I mean, there are so many horror-based first-person shooters. I'm thinking, Doom 3 is the last Doom that came out, which was really, really good. But it's kind of the same thing. Fear is another series that does it really well. I think Dead Space is Resident Evil in space, but it's a very well done game too. Mm-hmm. It's not, that's not meant to be a put down. That's just a comparison. I think the first person viewpoint would really take away from it. I think survival horror, you have to have an aspect of, you're there, but it's a lot about the angles and a lot about the lighting, and I think changing it to a first person just wouldn't help.
Well, it's going to be a run and gun as opposed to I have to think my way through this. Exactly. Because I know in Dead Space you can't just, automatically shoot. You know what I'm saying? You kind of gotta.
Well, and one of the cool pieces of Dead Space, aesthetically, if you look at it, is how they control the menu screens, how you view your health. Your health is the bar on your back, stuff like that. So you're gonna lose that whole thing if you go first person and just have a standard, facial. It's not good.
Well, I know you're a big fan of Dead Space.
I love Dead Space.
Yeah, and I agree. It's just one of those things that I don't know. Now we're just cashing in on first person shooters, but.
I think Dead Space is one of the best original video games in the past 5 years. Mm-hmm. I mean, it has no other. It came out of nowhere. It was like when Halo came out. It's like, what the fuck is Halo? Mm-hmm. And now everyone and their mom knows what Halo is. But I think Dead Space, it derived from original content, and it was really, really good, really well done. And they took their time, and it's great. I got nothing bad to say about Dead Space, except if they go to first person, then I'll be like, fuck Dead Space.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but that's it for video game news. We're gonna go ahead and go into the Z's prick of the week, and my prick of the week this week isn't a very specific prick of the week. It's a very broad group of people, major game developers. It's starting and it's fucked up. And you look at the PlayStation, and you look at EA, you look at all those sorts of guys, the idea of having a downloadable code to unlock content. It first started with EA Sports when they decided to make all online play only available through the code. Madden is one of the big games. They disallow you from downloading mid-season rosters, patches like that, unless you have that code. You could buy the code for an additional $20. The whole point of this is to stop people from buying games used as opposed to buying them new. Batman Arkham City, as much as I praise it, is one of the offenders. They have codes on unlocking a completely new side to Catwoman. Without the code, you can't play the Catwoman stuff. So fuck you guys, alright?
Yeah.
If I'm paying $50 used, I should get the right to fucking play every fucking piece I want in that game, okay? The fact that I'm playing your fucking game, you should be happy. Mm-hmm. Shut the fuck up. Stop making me buy codes. And especially you, EA, even though I buy NHL every fucking year, okay? If I want to wait 2 weeks and buy it used, that's my fucking prerogative, okay? You Madden players out there, you want your mid-season rosters? What's next? What are we gonna do? Like, oh, you gotta buy the game, then you gotta have the code, or you can buy the code, and then you can't even fucking play the game.
Well, yeah. What if you have a free agent? Do you have to spend money to unlock a free agent now?
Exactly. And the PlayStation has already said they're moving towards the idea of having every single game on the PlayStation have an unlockable code for online and patch content. So, dear PlayStation and the rest of you major game developers contemplating this, go fuck yourself, okay?
Well, and see, and the only thing you're looking at right now, because what if? Because didn't EA just recently get sued for something? Yeah. So it's like, basically all you're gonna do is just have people retaliate against your company, one. Two, retaliate against your distributors of your video game, because people are going to go to GameStop and go, I don't want this piece of shit because I can't even play online with my friends. I bought this used, a week later, 2 weeks later, some guy beat it in a week, returns it. It's cheaper than what it normally is. I want to play online with my friends. I can't because you fucking won't. I have to pay to play. I have to pay to play now.
Exactly.
I already paid to play. I bought your fucking game.
Exactly. The economy is not in a good situation right now. The video game industry is not a necessity. It is something we choose to invest our money into.
Yeah.
If you look at other industries that have done something very similar in the past 6 months, Bank of America.
Hey, we're going to charge you every time you run this.
We're going to charge you $5 a month. We got to get the money back somewhere. They said that for about 3 weeks, and the amount of negative press they got, combined with the amount of people leaving the bank, they went back on that.
Well, fucking Bank of America. My wife was a Bank of America. I know it's a little side thing, but if you went up to the teller inside, they charged you for that.
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Bank of America, who the taxpayers bailed out, and it made over, I don't remember how much it was. It was at least over $5 billion in profits last year. And they're telling me that they need to charge me $5 a month, which, you break it down, that's like, what, 70, something like that, bucks a year. You need to do that to get your money back?
What money?
The money that I'm paying you to hold on to?
Yeah. My tax dollars invested in your ass to keep you alive. Fuck you, Bank of America. Let's occupy those motherfuckers.
Unless you're in LA, watch out, to your friends in LA getting their shit ran over by police officers, This is America.
Yeah.
This isn't Russia. This is America. There are peaceful protesters getting ran over by cops in every city in America right now. That's a little side project too, but I got issue with that. Either way, game developers, just keep that in mind when you think, let's keep doing this. Yeah, well, Bank of America thought the same thing. So, go fuck yourself. Moving on. TV news, Booster Gold has gotten its own plot for a live action through Sci-Fi. What do you think, Dave?
It can work. I think it's enough of it's enough of its own character in the DC universe that people know who Booster Gold is, and he did show up on Smallville and all of the kind of shit like that. But I think they can do a nice little twist and make it a good show. I think they could.
Best thing about Smallville that ever happened to Smallville was Thad from what is that show? Blue Mountain State showing up as Aquaman. That was the only.
It wasn't Michael Shanks as fucking Hawkman.
I like Michael Shanks too.
But
he marries everybody. That guy's got the hottest wives in the history of sci-fi.
He gets pussy. I don't know what it is about
Michael Shanks plays what the fuck is his name? Doctor. The guy started at SG-1. Dr. Daniel. Fucking whatever.
Yeah.
It's been years. Sorry, but we all know Dr. Daniel. That guy's married. He was married to. What's her name?
He married the original chick off of the first Stargate movie. He married her.
The chick that didn't speak English.
Then Alexa Doing. That's who he also
Alexa
married.
Doing is the other one. From Jason X. And Andromeda. Granted, she's still a babe, alright?
Yeah.
Regardless of her horrible resume, she's still a babe. Hey, I like Kevin Sorbo just as much as the next guy.
You know what? Keep Kevin Sorbo going. That guy.
He's good. We love him. But Booster Gold, I think the idea of having a live action show based on a DC character that isn't like, what was Superman like in high school?
Yeah.
It's a really cool idea. And it could be really good. I'd like to see the Blue Beetle show up. I love the Blue Beetle.
Well, there's rumors they're doing a live action Blue Beetle.
See, but I don't think that'll work both by themselves. I think you have Booster Gold and have Blue Beetle show up all the time.
Well, but Blue Beetle's supposed to be part of the whole new block of DC animation on Cartoon Network.
I don't care about animation.
The
only thing I want DC to care about animation wise is redoing really, really good graphic novels like Batman Year One, like Under the Red Hood. Those are really cool.
Those are actually pretty good. So
I appreciate those, but like if it's on Cartoon Network, I'm sorry, I don't. No.
You need to watch it. Young Justice, pretty good for a cartoon for a kid. I will watch it with my kids.
All right. Other news, we talked about the Munsters last week, and jokingly saying that it's going to be on NBC. It's confirmed it's on NBC. So, dear Hollywood, fuck you for being so horrible. Other piece here, Ricky Gervais has a new show coming out on HBO on Sunday, February 19th. I believe it is coming. It'll premiere right after the new Game of Thrones. It's called Life's Too Short, and it is a mockumentary starring Warwick Davis. And there was no plot, but the show is called Life's Too Short. It's got Warwick Davis in it. I'm assuming it's a mockumentary regarding what it's like to be a little person, midget, whatever the fuck the little guys want us to call them. In Hollywood, and all sorts of cool Steve Carell, Johnny Depp, all sorts of other guys confirmed to be on there, but sounds amazing.
Well, yeah, I'm reading a little bit about it right now, and I guess like it started showing on BBC this year, BBC Two, and now it's going to be HBO picked it up, and it's going to start in 2012.
Sounds really good. Like I thought Warwick Davis died, but apparently he didn't die. Sorry.
Hey, you can't hate on Willow. That man is.
No, I love Willow. Willow's great. It causes a lot of car accidents, but it's whatever. I'm really excited for it. So go ahead and feel free to check that out. Moving on, we got a trivia question for D. D, your trivia question. The correct answer to this trivia question is a director who's celebrating his 74th birthday today. Who is the father of the director's cut? Who was the first director to release a director's cut of one of his movies? And for a bonus point, what is that movie?
Oh, Jesus. Alright, so he's the father of the director's cut. First guy to 74. I don't know, fucking Robert Altman for all I know.
Robert Altman? Didn't he die?
I think he's dead, yeah. I just threw out an old director's name.
How could he be turning 74?
He would have been 70. I don't know. Robert Altman. And what movie was it? Director's cut.
Think of the big movies that you think director's cut. What do you think?
And the guy's 74? I'm
74.
thinking like fucking like the Ten Commandments and shit like movies that old.
He's not that fucking... I don't remember who directed that, but that guy's been dead for like 20 years.
I don't know.
74.
74. Who's the guy that ran away from America?
No, not him.
Not you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
he's got to be.
I don't even want to speak his name. Not him.
A guy, I don't know.
It's Polanski, but
yeah. It's
Polanski. Not Polanski.
I know it's not Polanski, but I was like Polanski. Yeah, Roman Polanski, poor guy. But anyway, I don't know.
Okay. The father of the director's cut is Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott is not 74.
He's 74 years old today.
Shut up. See, I thought Ridley Scott, but I was like, because I was thinking Blade Runner.
It wasn't Blade Runner.
Was it? It wasn't Alien.
It was Alien.
It was an Alien?
It was Alien.
But I thought
he
Ridley Scott...
But he also did, Gladiator, Blade Runner. He's done a lot of...
Well, no, and I was thinking Ridley Scott, but I was like, he'd be the only person I knew that would start that, but I was like, maybe someone else did before him. I didn't think he'd be 74.
He's old. Yeah, but that guy did fucking commercials for like 20 years before he started making movies.
Holy shit.
Yeah, man. He's been around the block a couple times. We love Ridley Scott, though. Working on Prometheus right now. Fuck you. We all make mistakes. So. It's just happened to be engraved on film for all of eternity. Moving on from that, weekly list. The weekly list for this week is the top 3 Christmas gifts for the geek in your life, whether that be your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your daughter, your dog. I don't give a fuck. So, top 3 gifts. Steve, what do you got for number 3?
My number 3 gift would be it'd be the Portal shower curtain for $20. I just found this one online. Evidently, part of the whole mythos behind Portal and the company that created that. I guess they started off.
Right?
No, well, not Valve. Valve. I'm talking about
they published it.
Yeah, but the company that's in the video game. I guess the history of that is that the company got started making shower curtains for the army. I guess that's the inside joke in Portal 2. But evidently, so they came out with the Portal shower curtain. It's $20. So
where can you get that for $20?
Online somewhere.
Online somewhere, just Google it.
Yeah, just Google it. Just Portal shower curtain.
That's interesting. My number 3 is the Halo Combat Evolved Collector's Edition at GameStop for $40 because I want to play, but I don't want to pay for it. It's very, very simple. I'm interested, but I'm also pissed. But at the same time, I wouldn't say no if someone gave it to me.
You're like, oh, thanks!
Like, oh, there it is. I'm glad I didn't have to pay for that because the online is fucked.
Yeah, oh god.
Alright, number 2.
Number 2 for me would be the Zombie Attack Hoodie. $40 on Think Geek. Basically just looks like you've been eating a zombie, but I mean I like zombies and I like hoodies, so
so 2 awesome things that go together.
Yeah.
My number 2 is actually from Think Geek as well. It is the Shower Shop Caffeinated Body Wash. $12.99 for a bottle. I mean, I don't know what it fucking feels like, but I want to know. To have a caffeinated body wash. It also comes in soap form. If you want to pick it up, thinkgeek.com. All sorts of fucked up, crazy, weird shit. Awesome site. If you haven't been there, there's an Enterprise pizza cutter on there.
Wow.
So check that out. Number 1, Christmas gift for the geek in your life.
That would be the Dialect voice helmet. Dialects are the ultimate enemy in Doctor Who. It's a giant helmet, yeah. Okay. A giant helmet that's the Dalek head.
You know, there's a documentary on Netflix about dialects and how...
Yeah.
And I've never watched it because Doctor Who doesn't do it for me, but that's interesting.
Yeah, when I found this out, I guess it's been out for a couple years now, and they have a couple of their helmets from other characters, like, you know, other characters have helmets and shit. But yeah, the Dalek helmet, just to, you know, be able to talk like a Dalek and walk around the house... That would just annoy the shit out of my wife, and I want to get it.
Well, that's super awesome, too, because, like, 1 out of every 30 people would even get the reference.
Hey, no. I have another Doctor Who story.
Oh, God. Okay, well, my number 1 gift for the geek in my life is the DC Comics New 52, the collected edition. It's coming out on December 13th. It's 1,600 pages. Every single issue of the New 52 that came out, I believe in September. $90 for the whole thing, hardcover. Not a bad deal.
Not a bad deal. This if you want to believe in the reboot.
You know, it's on my list because I don't want to pay for the reboot, but I'm kind of interested. Okay, I mean, we got a lot of issues with the New 52. I've had long discussions with people about the New 52. I just don't feel like I have a grip on it because I want to read the entire fucking thing before I start.
Well, and evidently they keep always revealing something new every week with it, which is cool. I mean, it's getting people excited about comics, but yet again, how long can this go? If we're 5 years out and we're still talking about it, then I'll give it to you.
Well, I mean, it's definitely interesting. Jeff Johns has gone from DC's Savior to DC's fucking Dark and Black Angel or whatever I'm trying to say. Archangel, whatever. Anyway, check it out. Like I said, December 13th, Amazon.com. You get it $90, or you can go to your local bookstore and pay $120, your option. Yeah, that's the weekly list for the week. So, what is this Doctor Who thing?
Okay, another Doctor Who story. So, I'm at Panda Express, you know, and there's a guy with a Doctor Who shirt on.
A guy with a Doctor Who shirt in Panda Express.
Yes. Doctor Who shirt, Panda Express. I said, what's up, man? I have that Doctor Who shirt. He's like, oh, you like Doctor Who? I was like, hell yeah, I love the Doctor. We talked for like a minute, and I said, my wife always makes fun of me. Yet again...
Did you give him your phone number?
No. I didn't even know. I'm just saying, Doctor Who's out there.
Your Facebook friends?
I'm just saying, there's fans of the show. People, it's an underground thing, and that's what I love about it. Even when there's a huge brouhaha about it on the internet, because even watching, like, they've had a couple of Doctor Who documentaries, which are pretty cool, and there's a lot of famous people who are huge Who fans also.
You call yourself Whoers, or
I don't know.
Who-Who's?
I don't know if there's maybe a Whovian.
I mean, hey, get online, do that, set it up. God, be nice to, you know, trademarked the term Trekkies or Trekkers.
No shit.
50 years ago. Film of the week this week, They Live, 1988. We discussed in one of our earlier podcasts. My personal favorite John Carpenter film, starring a young Rowdy Piper. One of the interesting things about They Live, though, if you guys have ever heard of the clothing company Obey, that is where the original idea for Obey and the clothing company came from. The premise is he finds these special glasses that allows him to see that, oh shit, there are aliens everywhere, and all of the commercialization and all the billboards and shit are actually designed to help humans obey these aliens. So that when he puts the glasses on, he looks at them and they say obey. Really interesting. I really like Obey the clothing line. I think underground cool art. It's cool. It's awesome. So check it out. It's on Netflix. 1988. John Carpenter.
Is that based on Richard Matheson story also?
Probably. That guy fucking wrote everything.
Yeah, he did.
God. Lastly, I just want to touch real briefly. Any web developers listening, I need something from you guys. I need an IMDb for commercials. Okay.
What?
Alright. There's this commercial. There's this chick. She's kind of cute. I have no idea who she is. I want her to see if she's done any films, anything like that. So, if you're looking for an idea for a website, IMDb for commercials, log the commercials, get the actors on there, link it to their IMDb's, help me out here. Because there are commercials, you're like, who the fuck is that guy? I know that guy. Edward Kerr in that Dr. Pepper commercial.
Oh, God.
If I didn't fucking watch every episode of Sequest 90 times, I wouldn't have no fucking clue who that guy was.
Oh my god. What commercial is it?
The one with the girl?
Yeah.
It's like the freecreditscore.com commercial where she buys the pizza for everybody and they go to spring break in Mexico and all that shit, and then her parents get all pissed because she spent all the money on the credit card.
Oh, I've seen that one.
Yeah.
The newest freecreditscore.com.
Yeah, but she looks familiar and she's cute. I'm like, who the hell is that girl? But anyway, web developers, yes, figure it out. Help me out. I'm too lazy to do it myself. That's Geekdom for 11/30/11. This is Z signing off.
This is D.
All right, have a very fun first week of December. Fuck you guys.